Every year on January 1st, the world celebrates Public Domain Day. That's the day when copyrighted works enter the public domain, which is the realm of culture that is free for all to use without permission or fee. My name is Jennifer Jenkins, and I'm the director of the Center for the Study of the Public Domain at Duke Law School. Every year on Public Domain Day, our center publishes a list of works that would have entered the public domain if we still had the copyright laws that were in effect until 1978. The list is a long and wonderful one. This year it would have included The Cat in the Hat, Atlas Shrugged, The Bridge on the River Kwai, West Side Story, and many more. Last year it would have included Forbidden Planet, the book 101 Dalmatians, Love Me Tender, and all of these. In fact, every year there is a trove of material that would have entered the public domain, but will not. Why do I say would have entered? Because Congress retrospectively extended the copyright term so that now no published works will enter the public domain in the US until 2019. This increases the cost of famous works, though at least with famous works the public gets access to them and the author or copyright holder benefits. Unfortunately, most older works aren't famous and aren't commercially available. We may not even know who owns the rights to them. For those works, copyright becomes what librarians call the 20th century black hole. We can't buy the works, can't digitize them, can't make them available. So is it all doom and gloom? No, not exactly. In my article on the subject, An Ambiguous Battle, the Promise and Pathos of the Public Domain Day, I discuss efforts to create zones of freedom that simulate features of the public domain. The first of these involves projects such as Google Books. You've probably used Google Books. It allows you to search for terms within millions of books. In effect, it's a digital index of Alexandria. To build this digital index, Google first had to scan the physical books, but millions of them were copyrighted. Google didn't get permission from all the copyright holders because this would have made the project impossible. Most of the books were out of print, and for many of these, the copyright holders couldn't be found. Google was sued for copyright infringement, and in November 2013, a court found that Google was protected by copyright's fair use doctrine. The decision emphasized the public benefits of Google Books. For the first time, people could find books that were, in the court's words, once buried in research library archives. Google Books' Ngram project lets you track the evolution of words and phrases over time. The new digital scans allow libraries to provide better access for print-disabled patrons and to preserve their holdings for perpetuity. Authors and publishers benefit too from new revenue streams and new audiences. All of these benefits are just what copyright law is intended to promote. In this and other cases, copyright's fair use doctrine is enabling digital access to copyrighted culture, including those works that would otherwise be in the 20th century black hole. A second technologically enabled realm of freedom is the one built by open licenses, such as Creative Commons licenses. These provide a streamlined way for authors to grant permissions to the public. There are currently over 500 million items available under Creative Commons licenses. The open access movement uses these kinds of open licenses to promote the free availability and use of scholarly literature, such as academic and scientific articles. This creates a privately constructed commons that works within the copyright scheme to ensure the progress of knowledge and discovery. In my article, I also discuss two other kinds of initiatives. First, because the law is so complex, many older works are actually in the public domain, but it's difficult to establish this without expensive research or even a lawsuit. In December 2013, a court confirmed that the original characters, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, first introduced in 1887, are in fact in the public domain, free for anyone to build upon. Finally, countries around the world are trying to enact legislation that would permit access to and preservation of orphan works. These are works whose owners cannot be found. While some international efforts have succeeded, the US is still trying to pass orphan works legislation. These are all promising, if partial, ways of helping to realize copyright's goals, not only of encouraging creativity, but also of promoting broad public availability of the arts. Together, they're bringing us a little closer to what we should be celebrating on Public Domain Day.